Hello, everybody. This is Sam Soto from Melodic Metal Suggestions, and we are in another episode of Grow Your Opinion. And this occasion, I'm very, very happy because we are bringing you a band that I really, really love. I didn't know that I suggested them long time ago, but when I did realize it and I got the interview with them, I got super, super happy. But before we start with this, okay, I want to introduce you my friend Leoncito. Hello, Leoncito. How are you?
Um, I, I got to tell you that I'm kind of fine. Just have a
Kind of
little
fine.
sleepy, but really happy from being here. So please, everybody, remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and make a comment of whatever you want to comment. So I'm going to start with the first question: Is who is Frantic Amber?
So, hello everyone. My name is Elizabeth Andrews. I'm the vocalist of Frantic Amber, and we are a Stockholm, Sweden-based melodic metal band, I guess, a death metal band. You could almost say melodic brutal death metal for this album, for the new album Death Becomes Her, because we took a turn to a little more brutal side. But we do classify ourselves as a melodic death metal band because it's a very broad genre and you can mix a lot of things in there. And so I do the vocals. Mio Jäger is the guitarist. Madeline Gullberg Husberg is the bassist, and Laura Hernandez is the drummer. This is the lineup for right now. And yeah, so we just released our new album, Death Becomes Her, and super excited about that.
Yeah. I had to say that, like I told you before we started the interview, I really, really love your voice because for me, it sounds, I feel kind of nostalgic, because I feel your tone of voice when you sing guttural is like from the guttural voices from the 90s. Like I thought about Sepultura and Dayside when I hear your voice. And for me, it's not. I don't know if I should say this, but I don't think it's like the typical female guttural voice because I feel it really strong and really unique. That's the
Thank you.
thing. Very unique. I really love it. And especially when I read that you used to be a ballet dancer, I was like, oh wow, nice.
Yes,
From
it's
ballet
a good
dancer to
way.
singer to
Death
death metal
metal and
singer.
ballet. Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's very, very nice. Okay, so we're gonna talk. One of the topics we're gonna ask you about is gonna be about the album, of course. But before we get to that point, um, how was your creative process, like right now, compared with the past, and especially with all this time that you've been maturing and getting more, let's say, expertise in what you do.
Yeah, so it's not that different than the other albums. It all starts with an idea. Like we had some discussions about what it should be about, like what do we want to do, the vibe. Bellatrix, the album before, was very like epic and it had a concept and like some of the riffs that we had in mind were like we kept some like we have a bank where we have a lot of ideas and riffs and I have a scribble bank where I put lyrics and stuff. But so it was kind of like we have some brutal riffs that didn't really fit the concept and the whole idea. So
Mm.
that kind of bore the new ideas like, okay, want to do something a little more brutal this time, like something darker, something more. I don't know. We were like workshopping ideas, and in a band meeting, it was just like, okay. I think in the beginning it was kind of like haunted places, maybe or something like this. But then it became to the idea with female serial killers because a lot of
Mm.
at the time, like this is a couple of years ago when we first got the idea. At the time, a lot of documentaries were coming out and all these about serial killers because people are super fascinated apparently about it. Me not personally, I think it's scary as shit. So I'm like, what? It was actually hard for me to do the research, but I did get desensitized after a while. I really had to like put my emotional self on the sideline here because it's brutal stuff, and I kind of had to
Mm.
almost make it up as if it was fiction in my mind. Like but this is just like
Mm.
something I'm gonna write cool lyrics about. Because in the beginning it was like, ooh, this is heavy material, you know. But yeah, so it was like all these things that were coming out at the time were about men only, like the typical Dahmer and stuff like that, and the Zodiac Killer and la la la. And some of the band members were fascinated about it. So me not
Mm.
personally, but we did have the discussion. It was like, yeah, that is actually a really good and fitting concept, especially if we want to kind of like use more of the brutal riffs and the more direction, and also we're big fans of bands like Suffocation and Kettle Decapitation and these
Mm.
like more technical Archspire also we've been super fascinated and talked about because like the level of musicianship and just the brutality is super inspiring. So we're kind of like, okay, let's go a little more this direction. And it just went from there, like workshopping ideas. And then I'm in charge of the lyrics, so I do that. And yeah, a lot of research with a lot of reading. And we also
Mm.
did some group discussions, like, okay, who do we think? Do you have like everyone was kind of keeping an eye out? Oh, check this out, because there are not that many female serial killers. There are some, and there are more than you would think, maybe,
Yes.
but still you had to look a little, and also it had to, for me at least, I needed to have some sort of lyrical connection. Like I could kind of like
Mm.
when I was reading about it or listening to a podcast or whatever, I kind of needed this like, okay, this is cool. Or like I was writing notes and like thoughts down while researching, and like because like we had a list of like potential candidates, and I was kind of like I had to read about all of them, and like, okay, but I can't really see a song here, or it doesn't really match the music that we're working on. So
Mm.
it kind of became this like ongoing process, and then after some research, like, okay, we had this like, let's do this character, like not character, but this woman.
Yeah.
And then I would go with it. Some of the songs are also about a category, for example, Angel Maker and Black Widow. So it's not about one woman; it's about the
The
category,
concept.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah, the concept.
Mm.
Angel Maker is based on three main women. One Amelia Dyer from the UK or England at the time. One Danish, Dagmar Overby, which was a little more fascinating in a way because I'm Danish, so I could read all the old
Mm.
newspaper clippings and like all what was in the news at the time. It was like the 1800s, I think, if I remember correctly. So like a lot of these murdering
Mm.
like
Mm. Mm.
sprees were actually in the 1800s, and also I think a reason for that is not that much of it was before the public like national who is who. I don't know what to call it in
Mm.
English, but we have it here and in Sweden also. And actually, one of the reasons we got it in Denmark, and some of the laws actually also from foster care got were incorporated in Danish law because of Dagmar Overby, because she
Oh.
was baby farming and doing all this horrible shit, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a little like, oh, okay, interesting fact, because you don't find that when you look for it in English.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that was a little like, oh, okay, reading these old
You were
newspapers.
lucky there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also there was a Swedish woman, Hilda Svensson, which also because I speak Swedish, read Swedish, so I could also research a little more. So those three were like, but Amelia Dyer was number one, like most active, hundreds of children, like
Oh.
horrible. It was really tough to read about. Actually, it's about children and babies and
Yeah.
stuff. You
Yeah.
don't wanna. So, but
Now I got interested. Now I need. I'm gonna look
yeah,
for them.
you can Google all of them. Like each song is about either one woman or multiple, like the category. There's also a few songs that are not serial killers, but the murder that they did do, the one only one, oh boy, the one murder they did do was so brutal and so
Oh.
like what you can't even understand what happened, kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
horrible. So okay, they could get a song, you know. So we did have a little like, okay, the concept is this, but we stretch out a little. And something I was really excited about this time around was to have kind of
Mm.
a ballad almost. Death Becomes Her, the title track, is it's like a slow, evil, menacing kind of ballad almost, and there's a lot of space for the vocals, especially in the beginning, so you can really like hear the gutturals. I really like that. And then in the towards the ending, there's this huge epic, everything is playing at once, blast beats, organ, everything, and I sing like church choir kind of singing on top, which is like a super cool thing for me and something I wanted to do for a long time. So I'm really happy how a lot of the things like just worked out. And of course, we
Yeah.
were working on it abroad. I'm here in Denmark, and I have my own studio here, and they have like everyone has a home studio today
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
band.
Yeah.
So we could like send back and forth. We had some sessions, feedback sessions, like live where we were sitting, screen sharing, and stuff like this. So it took a while to kind of find the groove and how do we do this best,
Mm.
because this is the first time we recorded totally remote. Like I recorded all the vocals here because in Bellatrix I went to Sweden and I was kind of living there for 2 months. It took a long time because we were like also working and everything at the same time. And I'm a programmer, so I could bring my job and all like so. And I got sick twice before recording that album. Also, so I had to wait
Oh,
until
you
my
had to
voice
wait.
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I ended up being in Stockholm way longer than I was planning to
Oh,
some years ago now. But yeah, so it was nice to have. I can like do it here at home whenever like I have the time, and it's still a lot of work though, because all the
yeah.
editing, all the micro, minute decisions all the time, especially when writing. So we do have a lot of feedback sessions and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of nitpicking, and I'm a very
Yeah, yeah.
nitpicky person,
No,
so
no,
I'm like,
it's
it has to be perfect.
perfect. No, it's
Yeah,
perfect. I
so
I
it takes
wanted
a
to say
while.
something since I listened to that song. Um, That Becomes Her. For
Mm.
me, is a masterpiece, honestly.
Oh,
From
thank
the
you.
beginning until the last second, like if you're like the kind of metalhead that no, I only like brutal stuff and blah blah blah, man, you need to take the time to listen to this song because I think it has so many stuff in the background
Mm,
that I can feel that you probably you feel so proud about this song
mm,
because I think this song gave the opportunity to every single one of you to show off. Like you can
yeah.
hear the bass, you can hear the guitar, your voice is amazing, and you feel like you are like singing a song. No, you are not growling a song.
Growl singing.
Yeah, you like you
Yeah.
feel like you are singing a song even when you are using guttural because it has a lot of lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot
Yeah.
of lyrics, and I love the last 2 seconds how he ends. I
Yeah.
just love it.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the cherry on the top of the cake, like a
Yeah.
ping. There you go.
I love it. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that song is amazing. Honestly, it's
Thanks.
amazing. So you need to listen to it from second one to the last one. Just wait.
Thanks.
And okay, so we're gonna go to the next question that is with Leoncito.
All right. Are there any unexpected inspiration, I don't know, outside metal that have shaped your later work, especially since you're a multicultural band?
You mean so, like what maybe influenced us apart from music or?
Yeah, especially musically.
Oh, okay. Like when at least when I write, I never think like, oh, it has to sound like this or it has to be like that. Like the influences are kind of subtle. Sometimes it's like, ooh, we have the dying fetus riff, kind of. We can say stuff
Mm.
like that. And like the last riff in Jolly Jane is like, ooh, this is a groove. But like honestly, I don't really think that much about where it comes from. I just write, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I'm very like touchy, feely kind of person, like a very emotional person, very sensitive. So it does it kind of comes from that, I guess. It just plops. Sometimes it comes like inspiration, and other times it's like oh, and it takes a while, and then like but it kind of happens by itself when I read about it, and when I get excited about it, like that's when everything is like. But I've also been quite methodic in my research because now it's about something specific, so it
Mm.
can't just be anything. Um, so yeah, I guess it's maybe different for each member how like I always think it depends on what we're listening to at the moment or what's
Correct.
up in like what we're discussing at the moment. But it's Yeah, like we don't have any limits either, I would say, because we do listen to a lot of other things. Like I have a very broad music taste, and I know Mio does as well, like both metal but also non-metal. And I've grown up with like both pop culture and rap.
Mm.
Like growling is sometimes a little like rap when you do it really quickly. It's rhythmic and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
so it
correct.
kind of is like an extreme form of rap.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
and the lyrical content is totally different. But and I really enjoy like some singing songwriting or electronic music, and I love when they mix like electronic music like dubstep with metal vocals or metal guitar or something like this. And also classical music and like I love everything. Like it's if it speaks to me, I listen. Like I'm anti-elitist. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
jazz is nice and smooth. I listen to that. Oh, this is a cool riff. Like, and then I can go from the most extreme to the most soft, and that makes me, I think, very versatile. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, not all of it comes out in this band. It's just like I think it's good to just be inspired by anything. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah.
And for example, for this last album, first I have like two, three comments about it. Number one is like I wanna say that society is so chauvinist that they make only famous the guy serial killers
Mostly, yeah, yeah.
instead of girls. Like, no, let's
Yeah.
keep them low because we don't want to scare the people. We don't want to scare a
Yeah.
man or something like that. For sure, I guarantee you.
It's a little biased, yes.
Yeah, yes, for
It's
sure.
the same with the warrioresses for Bellatrix. Nobody knew, we didn't
Correct.
know about even half of them, even. So, yeah, we wanted to do the same kind of thing, but in a way more brutal concept. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Like, they're women too.
Okay, so now you have two options. For example, you have two options to make a concept album about scientific gears or serial killer gears. Because of the kind of music you play, you have to go with serial killer gears, of course. That's natural. But now,
Yeah.
what what gives you the idea, like to do it about serial killers instead of, I don't know, maybe do it about other kind of famous gears during the history or something like that, like
Yeah,
something
good
like that.
question. I think it was kind of almost random. Like I know at the time the former drummer Marcus is very fascinated by the serial killer, and him and Mia were talking a lot about it. Mia was also like, "Ooh, that would be so cool." So I guess it was kind of from there because I've never had that interest in it because it's for me it's like if it's real, I don't even look like watch horror or stuff like this because it's too real
Oh,
for me. I'm very sensitive, so like I get nightmares and yeah, it
oh my
doesn't work
God.
very well with my mind, and I kind of gave up on it. But I can like that's the weird thing. I can be the horror, but I can't watch
Mhm.
the horror. Like be the audience, kind of. Like I can be the monster. I can do like all these things. I'm even like a monster voice in like computer games and stuff like that. No problem. But I guess I'm just very impressionable. so so yeah, that was a challenge for me, but I also thought it was really cool to do. And I love writing brutal lyrics. Like I
Mm,
love doing the whole like okay, I do have a very like storytelling kind of like I want to tell the story as well as like include all the gore because like I wanted it to be really brutal and gory and everything, but I also
mm,
wanted to have like some sort of who was this woman kind of um so for me it's the lyrics that are like that's my whole deal so but
mm,
also the music I love that it got really dark and melancholic and we tried to do something different because we were discussing at first to do like more warrioresses like Bellatrix 2.0 like something something and we might in the future it's just we wanted to try something darker first because I guess it was all the riffs and the inspiration of like, ooh, let's go dark kind of way that just formed the
yeah.
idea. And it, like once everyone heard the idea and agreed, it was like, yes, this is what we're doing, and we kind of went from there. Um, yeah, so it's I don't
Yeah,
know what the
I think
imagination
one.
is, but it's there.
Yeah, I think something I love from your music is that, especially from this last album, is that it's very brutal,
hmm
but at the same time it's very melodic.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's brutal but melodic, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird combination, but it's so tasty. Like it's like eating caviar, man. Like
You know,
Oh, thank you.
something like
I
that.
appreciate that.
in soft point, I see that you have like an ambient, like cradle of field in some way.
Yeah, some touches. Yes, yes, yes. Like
It's a brutal riff, but it's melodic and the melancholic, and I don't know, it's just a little part that I say, all right, I
yeah, I
think
felt
that
it a touch
maybe
of black metal there. Yes.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of that ambient of that kind of black metal. Like it's really melancholic. It's
It's
really
really good. It's
melodic,
really good.
and at the same time, it's totally brutal. So
And
Yeah.
it's very dark. You can
Yeah.
feel
yeah,
the darkness in the riffs, even when they are very melodic. They are very dark. It's like the proper song for horror movies.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It would be so cool to participate in something like that. Yeah, like it was super fun to work with actually and doing something different. And also we do blend a lot of genres and styles. Like as I said, we have no rules. So, but we've always done that, and then we just push our boundaries more and more, and we push also our musicianship every time we make an album. Is
Mm.
like we try to do like I always for me I always do like if my kind of limit is here, I always write here. So I
Oh,
have to practice to go here once because like you can do it in the studio, you can take 1 million takes if you want, you know. But of course, in live setting, this has to just be one take. I did
yeah.
also do some one takes, but I mean, it's just like you can workshop it a lot and try different things. And this time I did more like new blended new like vocal techniques, and I put some long inhale screams on there too, which is quite challenging to do live because it's exhale, inhale, no break, no pause, no nothing. So it's kind of
Mm.
like get the placement right and go. So but it's also super fun to do, and also pushing the boundaries of my range. And in some of the songs I put more voice in the gutturals, so it's more
Mm.
singy guttural, but it's still super brutal. So that
Yeah,
also has taken like some
yeah,
time to get used to. And it's like, okay, now it's easy because I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, so it's always fun to find new challenges, new things. Also, the clean vocals on there are different styles and different kind of like techniques a little also. So it's
hmm,
been super fun for me to experiment with it. And yeah, I'm very happy with all the
yeah,
songs and the result. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I told you, I feel like you are singing
Mm,
guttural. You are not
yeah.
growling, and that's something I haven't listened to something like that probably in a long time,
Mm,
or probably I don't remember. I don't have a band in my head that I can say, okay, I hear that style before in this band, because
mm.
it feel like singing. I don't know how to say it. It's like you're listening to Lacuna Coil, but she's singing guttural, like very melodic voice, but
Mm,
in guttural. And it's
yeah.
amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. I'm gonna be kissing your feet all the interview because I love your voice. Honestly,
Thank you so much.
oh, it's
Yeah,
amazing. It's amazing.
it's been really fun to do, and working also with overtones and like, yeah, yeah, a lot of nerdy things. It's super fun. But
Yeah,
it all comes from feeling and what I want to portray with the song. It's not so much as, ooh, I want to fit this and that in. It's more like what feels natural and what makes sense for the song, kind of.
yeah.
After performing across so many countries, is there a particular quarter of audience that connected with you in an unexpected way?
Unexpected way. Yes and no. Like, of course, we always expect people to like have a good time,
Mm,
and normally they do. Like, we really love to visit all the different countries, and also like just the culture and the food, and see something new. I think I will mention two of the biggest like uh trips that we've been on, because it's also very different from where we're from. Like we went to Japan and we went to Colombia. So Japan, we had two gigs, but we obviously stayed a little longer for some vacation, and just like being there and seeing everything and the culture and like the food. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like just hanging around and going also out into nature. We played in Tokyo, and we were in Tokyo for a week, and then we went to Kyoto, and we was in Nara, to the park with the deer, small deer, and I went to the bamboo forest with actually an old roommate from ballet school when I was living in Germany for 1 year. So it was super fun to like catch up. It's been many years. I was there when I was 16, so yeah, it was really
Oh.
fun to. We took some ballet pictures and everything, yeah. But yeah, just seeing beautiful, beautiful country and the culture and everything was very fascinating. And people were very polite also, like in the meet and greet and everything. Like it
Mm.
was so nice. So we hope to go back there. And also we went to Colombia before that, which was the biggest show we have played ever. Like that was amazing. We played Rock al Parque
Mm.
2022, I
Ooh,
think it was, yeah. And the biggest festival in Colombia. Had a really good time slot, and everything was like super cool and pro and beautiful country, really nice people, and a lot of people came. So I think it was maybe like, I don't know the numbers, but it looked like 20,000. I don't know, a lot of
Yeah.
people. It was like a sea of people. You can see it there are videos of it on YouTube. And also we were broadcasted live in national TV, so that was also really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone at home also got to see it. And one thing we had done like special for Colombia, because we were talking to the promoter there, that like, oh, would this be an idea? Because we've done that before. Is like to bring like a cover song, but our version of it, of some song that's very popular.
Correct.
Like so in Colombia, there's this band called Kraken, and it's very, very
Mm.
popular.
Yeah.
And we chose a song called Lenguaje de mi piel. And
Mm.
we knew it was a big band, but we didn't know exactly how loved and how big and how epic this was for the
Correct.
people, for the audience. So I got really like touched by it, because like and I also made a little speech in Spanish, because I'm quite good at pronouncing, but I don't speak Spanish. So like I
Wow.
got some help to write to like a nice little speech, and then like when the song went, everyone was just like, you could see all the lights from the cameras from the phones, and people were like singing, and some were crying, and like so super like excited like to hear the song.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the singer of that band it has passed, so I think it was even more special.
Correct.
And I don't know. It seemed like a big deal, at least for us. That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah, yeah.
felt, and it was like I was super honored actually, and people were talking about it a lot, and like, oh, you're gonna play it, because we had some shows after, like secret shows that we kind of because we couldn't announce until after the festival. So yeah, I was, oh, you're gonna play that? Yeah, yeah, we're gonna play that.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
was super special. Yeah,
I think that the just to start, Colombia has one of the biggest
yeah,
fan audience for metal in Latin
yeah.
America. One of the
Mm.
biggest ones. They've been very brutal metalheads for so long.
yeah, and Rock al
Epic.
Parque is
And Rock
one
al
of the
Parque
festival,
is
the biggest festival of not only in Latin America, in all the world. It's one of the
Really
biggest festival of all over the world.
yeah, yeah.
So
nice.
And also us as Latin Americans, when somebody comes to our country and they at least try to speak some Spanish, we
Yeah.
love it because we
Yeah,
are
I
almost forced to
noticed.
speak
So nice.
English. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice and fun. Unfortunately, people think I do speak Spanish, so they're like, "Oh, sorry." Like afterwards, when you're speaking to people, it's like, "Oh, sorry, I only
No
know a few.
hablo español.
Yeah, no hablo, no hablo." Like I speak a little, and I understand some small things, but I need it to
Correct,
be
correct.
written down or rehearsed if I'm gonna do anything.
I
Like,
hope you knew what you were singing.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You
I
did
did
the
the Google
translation.
Translate.
Ah, good, good, good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for me,
Yeah,
like I just learned the song from phonetic, how it sounds.
correct,
So,
correct, correct.
and I had of course the lyric, and I listened to the recording so much and sang with the because we did it in the original key, which was also cool.
Nice, amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Trying to
Yeah,
portray the same kind of feeling that I got from it. Yeah, it was a really special song actually, and the
yeah,
reaction was just amazing. So we felt really welcome and touched, and yeah, a lot of people were talking about it afterwards. So
yeah. I think that the Latin American audience, if they love you, they will show you that with
yeah,
everything, as well as if
yeah,
they hate you. But if they love you,
Yeah.
show
yeah,
you like with so much passion and everything. So if you feel
yeah.
that love, then
Oh
you did it
yeah,
very
yeah.
well,
It was
very
so
well.
nice. Yes.
That
So we
that,
hope
that
to go
that's on you.
back. Yeah, we hope to
That's on
go
you as
back
a
soon.
band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay. So the next question is like, what is something that you as a band haven't accomplished yet and that you want to get?
Ooh, lots of things. Well, okay, for me personally, it's a maybe a little because I'm from Denmark. There's this festival here called Copenhagen, the biggest
Mm,
festival in Denmark, and it's just a special for metalheads here. So I really want to play that before because it's rumored they're gonna like have to move the place and like it's a really like iconic place with the wolf on the building and stuff
oh,
like this. If you know about it, so I hope to be able to play there. Like compared to some other festivals, it's a small festival, but for me it's super special because it's like in
it's your
my
country.
neighborhood kind of.
Yeah.
And then also I want to play Brutal Assault, which is a festival I've been to as a guest so many times, and I absolutely love it. I love to go to Czech Republic, like super nice food, nice people, nice beer, and the festival is really really cool and like this ruin, old like historic site and really good bands and stuff. So I hope to play there also. But obviously, we want to tour the world. We want to go to America. We want to go back to South America. We want to go to Asia. We want to go to India. Like everywhere, it would be super
Mexico.
cool. Uh, yeah, Mexico is totally on the list. We want to like just go travel and play and hopefully we can get to a point where we can do that full time because it's super hard to do everything ourselves and also
Mm,
work on the side as we do now. So if we could come up to this level of like a band that can actually go for bigger things and stuff like that, that would be amazing, and not have
mm,
to worry about a thousand other things. So that's kind of like the dream, but like we're super lucky and happy to already have experienced so many cool things and play so many cool shows. And hopefully we get the chance to take another tour around the world. No, but
yeah, yeah.
also visit countries and meet with because it's super special to meet fans around the world because we don't come there so often. So and it's also super expensive to go because of the travel costs. It's
Mm,
just going up and up and up. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna elevate our level so we can get bigger shows
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and go further, with the music. Would be cool to like join a big tour or as a maybe support band in the first like I don't know tour with Behemoth or Cali
Mm,
Decapitation would be really cool. Super big
yeah,
fan. Like just I don't know doing more
yeah,
and having fun with the music because that's what it's all about. It's playing the music.
yeah. You did something. You accomplished the first step there. That is coming up with and releasing a great album. So
Thank you.
the first thing is there.
Yeah.
At, at, at least you have that. Then from
Yeah.
there, it's more. It should be more easier to try to get new stuff. But at least you have that because I think it's amazing. If you have like a bad record, I will tell you I didn't like it that much, but it's amazing. That album is amazing, honestly.
Thank
Probably
you.
for me, from 2025, is one of the top three I've listened so far.
Oh, thank you.
It is that good, actually. Is that good?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
So, if you could go back in time and give us one piece of advice to yourself as a new band, what would it be?
stop trying to do everything at once. I mean, because we've pushed really hard and done a lot of like a lot of work, and not all of it comes out because it's hard to get everything final, and then the kind of time window has passed, or the lineup changed, or whatever. Like it could be a photo shoot that never really got finished because of, like, whatever it could be. So it's like work less, be focused, be more, prioritize what is important right now, make a plan, and then execute that plan. And that is hard to do sometimes as people because we're kind of all over the place and we don't have this business kind of mind. So I would say maybe not do everything yourselves. Maybe it's worth to find help, mentor, manager, support, but it has to be the right kind because there are a lot of like kind of scammy deals or like just kind of trying to rip you off. And we've had lots of offers that were just not worth or sounded a little too fishy. So we did do it yourself for a long time, many years. This is the first album where we have like a more traditional record label. Before that, we had a license agreement, so distribution was through GMR Music Group, and now Liana from the GMR Music Group is our manager. So we're trying to like elevate and take a more of step. Like, okay, it's good to have some support and some expertise. Like, because one of the biggest problems I would say is to be seen in the sea of 1 million bands, you know. It's like, even though I feel like we have a really good thing going or we're a good band, it's more like people need to see that we exist, and that's a little hard when you don't know what to do, so you're kind of spamming everything or like trying this, trying that, I don't know. So it's not per se. I think it's a good idea to maybe seek some support, but try to find good level of help, make some smart decisions. But yeah, it's tough out there. You just have to try. That's the thing. I don't have like any solid advice other than like keep trying. I don't know. No one succeeded by stopping. So if it's the dream, then keep going. Like I've been doing this for 15 years and it's been really hard at some points, and I wanted to quit so many times, but there's always this little, oh, but I do want this. Oh, like, so it kind of like, don't be rash with your decisions, because it is like a wave, kind of up and down, like life, like anything. It's not great all the time. It's like now it's great and now it's hard and there's so I guess be patient and like look at the reasons why you're doing something. I guess because the reason I'm still doing it is because I love it and the passion. But it's also like stick with the hard times, because there are good times to be had also. If it's something you really want, of course, like don't do something you don't want. Yeah, but I guess it's hard to give advice because I don't really know. I'm not an expert like that. It's just, I don't know.
I've been thinking a million times, like what the same question, but for about me. I questioned that to myself, and I've been thinking, I wouldn't like to go back in time and tell myself, hey, in 2003, you're gonna do this, so don't do it. I wouldn't do something like that. I would say to me, just very specific thing. It's like like you said, be patient. Don't take decisions in a rush. And number two, document yourself. Document yourself before you take a decision. Because even if you think about it for 3 days, if you don't have the enough information to take the decision, you're gonna screw it up.
That's true.
That will be the only advice I will give to myself. The rest, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I would say I think what I said first, like don't try to do everything at once, is kind of like something I have a hard time with, because I do want to do so many things and I have so many ideas and so much passion and creativity, but I also live in a society and in a world where things are as they are. I can't just exist and create without having a home and food to eat. So it's also kind of, I've made a lot of good decisions, but also I've tried to run a little too quickly, and yeah, so
Mm,
it's better to have a more even pace and not
mm,
go 200% and then crash for a while and
yeah, yeah,
for 50% and then crash for a while because like it's not sustainable. And I couldn't see that when I was in
yeah,
it, so I was super stressed. But I've been changing a lot in my life, so so now I see it, and that would
yeah,
be nice to have all this knowledge I have now to handle it better. But I wouldn't know that now unless I did
yeah.
that.
Exactly,
it's,
exactly, exactly.
it
And there is
kind of
and
yeah.
there is a big chance that even if you listen to yourself, you won't listen to yourself.
No, like my parents have told me my whole life, oh, maybe you should slow down a little, or you're doing a lot of things, you sure it's a
Yeah, yeah,
good
yeah.
idea? It's like, yeah, whatever. Just like
We want to
running.
do things ourselves and see what happens.
Yeah, and like it's hard to see until you see it. That's
Yeah,
with everything in life. So we live and we learn, and then we change, hopefully.
yeah. So before I go to the last questions, I wanna ask you a question that I did before recording, and it's like I read that you were a ballet dancer,
Yes.
and how did you use these two? How do you mix these two arts to do better what you do, or maybe you don't mix it, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, in a way, like I don't dance ballet on stage per se, but I do I do use it in everything I do in life. Like most also the soft skills or like the other skills like discipline, self-discipline, like the way I train, the way I practice, the way I
Mm,
approach new techniques, the way I approach a new I don't know, set list or whatever it is, like a new song, a new I think it's I have this very like athlete mindset around
yeah, the
it. And,
discipline.
yeah, and I know kind of what it takes to be, and also I have very high expectations of myself. So I don't want to just like mediocre wing it. Like that's not how I function. So I always go to great lengths to perfect my craft, and obviously I'm human, so no one's perfect. But
Mm,
I do go in with this kind of like athlete mindset, like it has to be great, and I've become much less like self-destructive in the way I speak to myself. So I've become much more kind to myself, especially in the recent year, because it wasn't a good coping mechanism to kind of like whip yourself into kind of like this old school like
mm,
push harder, do more, like so I'm going away from that, but still I do have this like discipline and how I work about things. Um, and I do also use a lot of movement, like just not that it's ballet steps, of course, but it's more like the movement. I'm very physical and like expressive. Also, like I'm very yeah animated, I guess, on stage. Like,
mm.
I'm
Yeah,
telling the
yeah.
story. What I'm singing, I'm telling with my whole body and my whole expressions and everything. And I do some I think movements that normal people wouldn't do. No, I mean I just mean like it's inspired by what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
inspired by dancing and now actually in our new set list, new show, I've had a lot of fun with creating a little costume change twice
Wow.
actually now coming up in Norway for the first time because it was just like again this idea plopped in my head bloop and I was like ooh they would be cool and I asked the band if they think it's okay. And they're like, yeah, do you? So now I'm gonna do like three costume changes. It's a subtle thing, but for me it's powerful and it gives a super cool vibe. So I'm excited to see if like there's any uh feedback on it or just like I think it's
Mm,
cool.
mm.
So this is very much the dancing part also like
Correct.
creating something visual, creating like having different costumes, moving a little differently for different songs. Like it depends on what is the vibe and what is it I want to convey. And of course it's a little different each show because well, I'm human and I'm different each
Yeah, yeah,
show.
yeah.
But that I think that keeps it interesting, even though like the elements are the same. So I'm super excited about it, actually.
Yeah. Actually, you made me think about something that I never thought about, and it's like, for example, this guy, Corpse Grinder from
Mhm.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
If the guy didn't have the helicopter headbanging, he would be so boring to watch.
Yeah, that's his
Honest,
thing, and he's super good at it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But he would be very boring to watch if he didn't have that thing. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think a singer needs to have some kind of a grace when he's moving in the scenario, and if the ballet is giving you that, is a super plus, super
Yeah.
plus.
I think it's great when vocalists or musicians in general, it doesn't have to be the vocals, it could be anyone, has their own like style of movement or have, and I love when it's a little dancey, not like caricature dancing, but it's like natural, flowy kind of
Correct.
something. Like it doesn't have to be much, it's just like something is going on that's interesting and different. Obviously, there's also a lot of headbanging and hair flying around. It's still metal, but I like when there's something interesting going on. And for example, I love Maria Brink from In This Moment, like the whole stage
Mm,
show. Like she even has dancers. I mean, it's kind of like a pop pop stage stuff. Like they have a lot of costume changes and
hmm.
dancers and little big production. But I think it's super cool that she does that for metal and does her way of like this spin-off and amazing costumes and looks and like I love fashion also and have done a lot of like some modeling and stuff like that. I think I love this dark art, I guess, in
Yeah, yeah,
general,
yeah.
dark fashion and just like trying different things and creating different things. Super cool. And it gives, for me, I always love when there's a little more to watch. I also enjoy just watching the band play, but I love when there's a little more theatrics or a little something that's like out of the ordinary or a little surprising or
Correct.
I'm a theater person, I guess.
No, no, yeah, no, it's perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's go finally to the last question.
Yeah.
I, 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 I honestly felt the interview very short because we're having so much fun, and
Yeah, it's a
but
good time.
yeah, it's a good time. But we have to end it. We have something
Oh,
to do. We have to
yeah,
live. So
that's true.
the last question will be, what message would you like to give to your fans or whoever is watching this interview? Is as a
Well,
band or in a personal way?
yeah, well, from me and from the band, of course, thank you so much for everyone that's listening to our music and supporting us with buying merch and everything. It's a really big help. I really appreciate being able to like have all these experiences and sharing art with the world. Like it's even though we do concept albums, also it's still very personal for me. Like I put a lot of my soul into
Yeah,
into
yeah.
this. So for it's super special to be met by the fans and by the people that really appreciate it and connect with it and tell me their favorite songs or like uh it's just like super special to be able to connect with others in this community because like the metal community is super nice and cool, which is why I'm still here.
Mm,
So I just want a big thank you for everyone who's tuning in, and hopefully we can come play for everyone in their country, and just like continue doing this that we
yeah,
love.
yeah.
So hopefully it will be possible. And
Yeah.
thank you for having me here to talk about
No, no.
everything. I know I
Thanks to
speak
you.
a lot, so
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. And
Ah,
if
that,
you come back to Norway, I'm gonna be very uh,
and we can hear to talk. So
yeah. Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
so nice.
I really love doing this interview to you because we love when the whoever comes to the interview is just talking and talking, but it's having
Oh, okay,
fun
that's good.
and it's giving us a lot of information. It's like you're not talking just because you're giving us really cool information about yourself, about the band, and
Mm,
that what makes human the band. You know, like that
yeah,
you see that humanity in the background of the band,
yeah.
and we love it. We love it. I wish we have more time and we can make it 3 hours.
Sit down special, yes.
Yeah, yeah, but thank you for this interview. Is been great. Honestly, I felt it like 10 minutes, and I felt like we could continue asking you more and more questions because your project is very interesting. You as a person are very interesting.
Cool, thank
I
you.
I didn't know what to expect. but you overcome my expectations because you are amazing and you're very funny.
Thanks.
And
You make me feel very welcome, so it's chill.
no, you are. So okay, so let's finish this. Feel sad to finish it, but we have to do it. Okay, Leosito, what is your last message?
Uh, the same message that I always say. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and please comment what you think about this interview. I don't know. Go and check out the previous episode of Roll Your Opinion. And Elizabeth, you have the social media from the band. We always put on the description. Well, wait, Sam put all on the description, but can you tell us the where the people can hear you and follow you on the social media?
Yes, of course. So we do have Facebook. It's just a search for Frantic Amber, Frantic Amber. And on Instagram is Frantic Amber Official. On YouTube is also Frantic Amber Official. We're just around on the social platforms. You can also find us on Bandcamp at the moment. Also just franticamber.bandcamp.com, where we have our merchandise. And of course, check our website for tour information, and if you're a booker or a promoter, you're also welcome to contact our manager. The email is also on the website, franticamber.com. It's very easy to find.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, everybody. So thank you for watching this. And Elizabeth, again, thank you very much. We love this interview, and we love your music. We love your band. I hope at some point we are able to talk with the rest of the band members. That would be amazing because I want to tell the guitarist, "Oh, you're doing a great job, like I did to you with your voice,"
I
because
will
they
tell her.
also
I will tell her.
tell them the
Yeah.
drummer, everybody is doing a great job in as a band
Thank
and
you.
individually, so you deserve it. Probably they will watch it, so kisses for all of you and hugs. So thank you everybody for watching this, and like Leoncito said, go and check. We have more interviews and we have more interesting stuff that is coming. So give us a like, follow us, and stay metal. Goodbye.
Bye.